Cornermen Radio Live with Barzini and Boxing Night. Shout out to the whole LDBC. All right. So, they just announced it a couple of days ago. Demetrius Andrade versus Billy Joe Saunders. The WBO mandatory Andrade. We had a great interview on our show with Demetrius. I've been supporting Demetrius for a long time. He is my top 5 favorite fighter. Everybody know I've been supporting him. I talk about him numerous times over and over on my show. I do think Demetrius is the best 160 fighter. I really don't believe nobody can beat him because he has a style that can beat everyone. Now, he hasn't fought the best competition. I know that. I know he hasn't fought the best competition. But also, what I'm saying? Yeah, so also, I just love this fight. I'm going to let you go ahead, Boxing Eye. You talk about it.
Yeah, man. Well, Billy's real confident right now, man. You know what I mean? He's got some big wins on his resume. No bigger than what he did to Lemieux when a lot of people thought that was a 50-50 fight, and that wasn't even close to a 50-50 fight in the ring. And he's real confident. He's big. He's a big middleweight. You know, this dude's been at middleweight for a long time now. You could just tell the mass. I can't wait to see the weigh-in, to see the frame of Andrade versus, you know, just to see the frames of them. Because, you know, if we really want to look back and judge this fight, you know, obviously Andrade at a skill level is 2 or 3 levels above Willie Monroe. But Willie Monroe is a southpaw. Demetrius is a southpaw. You know, Billy Joe is a southpaw. You know, Billy Joe used a lot of veteran tactics against Willie Monroe. It was a home fight. You know, a lot of slick hold in, elbow in on the inside. Never let the slickster get into a rhythm. You know, did a good job at that. He's crafty, man. Billy Joe is smart. Does what it takes to win. You know, he had a come forward fighter against Lemieux and just circled him all night, embarrassed him. You know, Demetrius is not the champion, so he's got to go get the belt. He's got to earn the belt. He can't be the slick guy. He'll end up on the lopside of a scorecard like Laura has in the past. You know, and I think Demetrius is smart enough to know that. He got to be on his front foot going, stalking. You know, and Billy's not going to be afraid to exchange with him because, to me, Billy is the stronger fighter. He just is. You know, he just looks stronger. You know, he lacks a little speed, but he's fast. You know, you got to give Andrade, he's just a little faster than Billy. I don't mind anybody calling a 50-50 fight. I think just by you know, Billy's resume, you have to lean towards Billy as the favorite. I think the odds makers probably would have Billy as the favorite because what Demetrius has never proved anything to us. So his best win is against Vanes Martirosyan, you know, and a real middleweight. And Golovkin just, you know, his power is obviously much better than Demetrius's. Destroyed that dude in 2 rounds. You know, Demetrius.
So you're talking about a guy who's never fought at middleweight. Yeah,
but I'm talking about Demetrius. What has Demetrius done at middleweight? You can't say Alontes Fox, 6'5" Alontes Fox that no one ever heard of before he fought Demetrius. No one ever heard of Jack Clay till Demetrius fought him. You know, I respect Demetrius getting this fight, you know, right away, going right after the middleweight title. I don't think he had a choice. Got to take this opportunity. You know, Eddie Hearn's got a plan. It's a win-win for Eddie Hearn, though, because if Billy wins, he could always, and Jacobs, I got Jacobs beating Derevyanchenko. I'm not even worried about Jacobs for that fight. I know he's going to beat Derevyanchenko. So then he can make Jacobs Andrade, or he can make Jacobs Jacobs versus Billy Joe. So what else on that fight? It's my most intriguing fight I want to see at middleweight. You know, I've already seen Golovkin, Canelo. I'm 100% sure Canelo's going to win that rematch. I'm confident in picking Danny Jacobs. But the Billy Joe Andrade fight, there's no confidence in my, I have to lean towards Billy. But it's like I could see Demetrius putting on a performance to get him recognized, the place he wants to be. All the talking he's done, here's his opportunity. It's do or die. The pressure's on you. Billy's coming with his belt to your hometown possibly. That's a lot of pressure, and you got to go get that belt. You are not the champion. How you going to get that belt? You're going to have to be aggressive like he was against he was aggressive against Alante. No, actually, he boxed Alante Fox from the outside, which was crazy, a taller fighter. But we have seen him. He can go into the, like you said, Demetrius can do it all. He'll go inside on you like he did against, what's that dude, Willie Nelson? When he just attacked. Yeah. Yo, if he smells any bit of fear on you or that he could touch you up, but he goes when Demetrius gets on the inside, man. His defense is, he leaves himself. He's willing to trade. He leaves himself open if you're quick enough. Billy's quick enough. Most people are gonna say this stylistically gonna be a chess match, but like I said, how could it be it could be a chess match for a little bit, but at some point, Demetrius gotta go get it. He gotta go get it. So he's got to go get it from one of the slickest white boys in the game. You got Billy Joe and Caleb Plant, the two slick white boys out there. Billy will hit you with uppercuts, moves. Dude is fucking maneuvering on the ring like a fucking ballerina, ice skater when he wants to be. He'll sit down on a 1-2 quick, sneaky uppercut, check left hook with that right hand, followed by a quick uppercut. He does a lot, and he's bigger, stronger. He's bigger, stronger than Demetrius. I can't wait for the fight, man. I can't hype it up enough. Everybody's got to be intrigued in this fight because you can go back and forth in your head like, damn, it's up for grabs. So, I could talk about that fight all day. It's a good one, man. It's do or die because what if Andrade loses that? He's going to be laughed at. All the fights he turned down and all the shit, his career, he finally gets an opportunity and he better just go out there. The main thing for him is he can't go out there and give the fight up. He can't do what Willie Monroe did. Because remember, Willie Monroe went over there and he didn't fight like he wanted that championship. He let Billy dictate that whole fight. Yeah, he won a few rounds, but Billy, he didn't go get it. Demetrius got to go and get it. And if he doesn't do that, if he doesn't at least try to go get it, if he gets stopped or something, at least he tried to go get it and he'll get his respect. He can't just be like, I thought I won the scorecards. His opportunity is now. It's the best fight at middleweight, in my opinion, on paper, name-wise, intrigue-wise. Shit, all I got to say. I can't wait. What's the date on that? October?
Yeah, October. It might be in Chicago, October 6th, but they were trying to do October 20th at Providence, but they're having trouble. My thing about this fight is, I didn't say my opinion, Demetrius Andrade, man, I just seen him beating Billy Joe Saunders, man. If this was in the UK, we could have talked a different story, but it's going to be in the zone. It's going to be in America. Billy hasn't fought in America ever. This is his first fight coming to America. He's trying to do the same thing he did to David Lemieux, going to Montreal. Was it Montreal? Somewhere in Canada, in David Lemieux' hometown, and defeated him. Just embarrassed him. But I always say, man, Andre is a problem. He's a slick. Yo, I always said for years, man, Billy Joe cannot fight a slick style fighter. There are two southpaws. Yeah. Billy, I haven't seen Billy fight a good southpaw, slick southpaw. He's fighting somebody who has the same have the same hand as him. You know what I mean? We haven't seen that. We always see him doing way better against orthodox fighters. He's fighting a Southpaw who's tall, who's one of the best. He can do it all. You can't outbox Demetrius Andrade. You can't outbox him, man. And that's why I know for a fact that Billy will have problems with a slick Southpaw, and he's gonna have super problems. He gonna have to prove me wrong, but I love Billy Joe Saunders. I love his attitude. I love his style. I love everything about him, man. I would have said something different a long time ago, but he's fighting on Eddie Hearn's card. He's fighting Demetrius Andrade, possibly in his hometown. And I know Demetrius Andrade, he's a guy who doesn't take fights if he's not ready for it. If that was the case, he would have took fights with the Derevyachenko fight. He would have took the CHARLO fight. He would have took all these other fights.
But he never fought a real
middleweight.
He coming right up
and
fighting
one
of the
middleweight. But I just don't believe Billy is gonna win this fight. There's no way. I've always said it. Like I said this to you numerous times. You know what I mean? If Billy was fighting Triple G Canelo, I see him beating Triple G. You know, I see him beating Canelo but not getting the decision. Come forward fighters for Billy.
Demetrius could be possibly Demetrius might be getting set up in this fight. He might be getting set up, bro. I don't know, man. He might be getting set up.
That's you. I'm willing to bet that fight. That's how much I'm arrogant of betting on that fight, man. I really truly believe in him. You're gonna have to make a believer out of me, and that's all I really got. You're gonna have to make a believer out of me. I see Demetrius beating Jacobs, Triple G, Canelo. Yep.
He's long. Listen, he's long and rangy. He's long and rangy type of fighter, which is very hard to deal with. But there's certain middleweights that are big right now. That I mean, big like they're bigger than the others. Danny Jacobs and Billy Joe to me, those dudes can move up to 168. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I don't know. It should definitely. Is Demetrius biting off a little more than he could chew right away? He has no other options but to take the fight. He signed with Eddie Hearn. It is what it is. He came on. He came on our show. You interviewed him, and all he was saying was, "I want to take 2 tune-up fights. I want 2 tune-up fights." Now all of a sudden, when did that change, and when did that pressure come, where Eddie Hearn said, "Well, we ain't gonna give you 2 tune-up fights. You gotta take this Billy Joe, you know, because the WBO mandatory, blah blah blah, this and that." But in his mind, he was talking about 2 tune-up fights, bro, because he knows deep down inside, you know, you got him on that interview. Go back and listen. Anybody who's out there, that means his mentality is shit. I kind of got to feel myself out in this division. You know what happens? You step up. You know what I mean? Telling you, be careful on that pick, man. It's not secure.
But anyways, man.
Hey, I'm just saying. It's a good fight, though. Yeah. That's why we talking about it. It's intrigue. At the end of the day, one word we want to say when we watch a fight is intriguing. We don't want to watch a fight where we're so confident. I know you're confident, whatever, but you're more intrigued in this fight, right, than in confident. So
yeah, I love this fight. This is my favorite middleweight fight. I like it more than the Canelo and Triple G. I like it than the Jacobs and Derevyachenko fight. I love this fight, man. We're gonna see. We're gonna see if Demetrius Andrade proves me right and show he is one of the best fighters in today's boxing, or he's gonna prove a lot of people.
He's right back, bro. He enters pound for pound. If he beats Willie Monroe, I'm not saying he's pound for pound top 10. I'm just saying he's back in the 15. He's back in that discussion. Because who else? You don't see JERMALL coming up here and fighting. You know, you could see what they're doing with JERMALL. Sebastian Highland. Who else? They're being careful with him because they don't want to throw him to like a Jacobs, a big middleweight, quick, fast. You know what I mean? So
no, but they wanted
giving Andrade's going to need full props if he goes in there and takes that WBO belt and becomes a 2-division champ. And he puts himself right back in position that he always wanted to be. So that's why it's a great fight, man. It can't be a better fight right now for the guy. So glad he took it.
Right.
Shit,
like, subscribe, comment, click the icon bell.